We're about to face one of the biggest technological evolutions in this world with the rise of AI, because you'll be able to use or leverage AI agents to make money without trading online. And if you're wondering how, well, it's happening through the projection that is set for 2028, because the technology, agentic AI, is projected to evolve from just experimental pilots into autonomous entities that manage end-to-end workflows. This makes sure that the human trader is completely outmatched. Because just think about that reality for a second over here. If you take a look at the way people are playing the game, we're taking a look at one human being trying to outperform an AI agent that can autonomously trade the market 24/7. The problem is that with the rise of AI agents and the constantly increasing competition from the biggest asset managers, think about people like BlackRock, State Street Capital, Vanguard, all these folks out there, it's getting harder for you to outperform them simply because of the technology they're using and the technology that's playing a game against you. Because the algorithmic whales, as we call them, are currently 65% of all crypto trading. All of that stuff is completely automated. So inaction at this point in time, because you're afraid, you're concerned, you're skeptical, whatever it might be, is going to put you behind the algorithms. Because just think about it for a minute. If you're not part of their infrastructure, you become their exit liquidity. Just buying, hoping, holding, and waiting is not going to cut it for you. And so even a crazier claim that has been made through people like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and others is that there's deflationary abundance. Now, deflation, opposite of inflation, just generally comes down to the fact that we're going to see a massive shift in the way the macro economy is working, because the prices of goods and services are going to go down tremendously, as it's now easier, cheaper, and faster to be able to get certain work done through AI. So the fact that the macro economy is now just going to flow to a state where deflation kicks in is pretty interesting, because if you're not aware about what deflation looks like, this is kind of how it goes. So, quick rundown. If the price of something is shooting up, that means usually there's less of a quantity. That means that, like, quick example, new iPhone releases, prices going up, everybody's rushing for the iPhone, everybody wants to get it. But if the quantity of something is going up, meaning there's more of something, then the price is gonna go down. Because the whole thing is this: if there's only one Mona Lisa in the world, everybody's gonna fight to get that Mona Lisa. Similar to how the last few iPhones would be getting out of stock, whatever, you get the point. So if there's a massive quantity of something, meaning there's a massive supply of stuff like AI, you can now get stuff designed in a click, you can now get stuff coded in a click. That means the price is going to go down and companies are going to make different types of decisions. If we take a look at how big tech at this point is making their decisions, it looks like a bloody reality, because they are facing layoffs like crazy. Just look at Intel in July, look at some more recent data around March, look at the April data. This might not look like much, but these are tens of thousands of families that come home to bad news of a mom or a dad that has something to put on the table. These are money issues, money worries, a consistent fight between human and machine, or in this case, agentic AI. So I kind of see it like the great displacement at this point in time, because just look at the engineering side of things. We now have Claude Code, autonomously scans code bases, makes websites out of nowhere. Absolutely crazy. Do I think it's a complete displacement of developers? No, but it's generally giving business owners a massive tool they didn't have before. Think about UI, so like user interfaces or user experiences. The whole transformation of how this is being established through something like Claude Design. Same with cinematics and 3D, a space that I've been a part of before. Things like Higgs field and intangible AI that now generate multicams shots in 3D space with visual effects, replacing the complete need for 3D artists, visual effects people, and all that stuff. Again, the last one, advisory through agentic AI, which is going to execute real-time market workflows, collapsing the traditional billing pyramid. This is somewhat the situation that I see with most people. They have a so-called constraint known as a limit. So there's three mainly. First one is time. We're all capped by 24 hours. You, me, everybody watching this video. So the fact is that you cannot work longer than 24 hours. If you do, you're barely able to show up for those you love, and they will notice. The effort side of things. Sure, you can push your human capacity to a level where you feel drained as hell, but then again, you're gonna make it back home. You're gonna feel drained. You're gonna feel like sucked out of any type of emotion and any type of energy you had left. You cannot exceed your hardest. You hate it, and they will probably notice as well. And then at last, the printing side of things. Look at the dollar, for example. 80% of the dollar supply got printed throughout the last couple of years alone. Then you're generally like trying to combat the speed at which this money gets printed, which, surprise, surprise, you'll never be able to beat. Just look up the USM2 money supply chart on TradingView. Your jaw will be dropping. Whatever you do, by the way, whether you have a real estate portfolio of 20 properties, whether you just started out in a 9-to-5, whether you're career building or having your own business, the whole constraint remains the same until you finally seek a change. And so here are some of the same people with the problem that you face right now who stopped waiting.
I'm much more risk averse than most people, though, because trust currency for me is so important. And then I've taken out 45 grand since then.
I've always been kind of hesitant to get into crypto just because I was worried about situations like that, or losing my password or getting hacked or whatever. But you guys tackled the security aspect of all of that. So I actually feel very secure with not losing. I only put in about 3 grand at the beginning. And within like a month and a half, 2 months, I was able to pull out roughly 15K.
As well as the community, everyone helps each other. So it pretty skyrocketed my understanding of crypto. I paid $2,856 if I'm just about that amount, and got out just above 30K.
I've seen the scams. I've learned a lot since then.
But when was kind of like the moment where you knew this mastermind I joined, the stuff I'm learning, this actually works?
I think it's when I first saw my 3x and knowing that I could cash out.
Yeah.
Because I can just cash out like today if I wanted to and put it in my bank account.
I was a day trader with zero knowledge. The last 6 weeks was going from 50K to 250K.
Ooh, damn, that's
insane.
A 5x.
That's a 5x.
We got scammed a few times. Yeah, it crushes your enthusiasm. Our community is more like a family than anything else.
If at this point of the video you feel fully convinced or at least somewhat interested to have a conversation with either myself or somebody of the team, there's simply no risk in going down below this video and clicking on the link to book a brainstorm call. So on the left hand side, we have the buyer that steps in to be able to get his hands on digital assets. So this person wants to be able to get rid of his traditional cash to get digital assets in return to make sure that he or she can fight traditional money printing, because the whole way inflation is managed on the blockchain is a completely different perspective as opposed to how it happens in the traditional world. So he steps in, puts the money in. Now, as you can see in the tray of the digital ATM, there's an abundance of money that gets put in, the machine gets stocked. So now regular people can go about their trade way easier because there is more abundance of assets in the first place. Suppose you have Ethereum. You want to get rid of your Ethereum to get Bitcoin. If there's a lack of Bitcoin, then you are going to pay the price. So somebody like the buyer needs to step in to make sure that there's enough of one thing to get the other thing. And that's you. That's the digital ATM model. You are providing the infrastructure to lower their fees, because if there's more of something you want to get out of it, that means your transaction fee is going to go lower, and that is going to get you automated income, which basically means a cut of the transaction fees other people are paying on a single day. And then we can see the seller on the right hand side, the lady that steps in, she wants to get rid of that cube thing over there. So she provides the cube thing back. You help her to make the trade easier. And now she is going to pay a lower fee whereas you are going to get a cut of that fee that she's paying. So you're basically becoming a market maker. So again, if you already heard enough about this whole model and you want to see how this could potentially look like for yourself, go down below this video to book your brainstorm call right now. And if you're still a big believer of trading, I don't want to combat you, but I at least want to enrich you. So take a look at this video that we have somewhere right here or right there to enrich yourself in regards to why I believe trading is not the best vehicle as we speak right now, and how this thing provides a better vehicle. See you in the next video. Take care for now, and talk soon.